everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, first and foremost, happy Mother's Day to you and every mother figure in your life. If you are new to this channel, please go ahead and introduce yourselves. I like to know you and I want to meet you for real. Where are you tuning in from? And to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I see you guys and I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So today I'm going to be continuing with how to build your self-confidence, and this is the continuation of what I did last week. And the reason is because people were receptive towards the topic, and I felt it was, cool to more like have a part two, a continuation of that because of popular demand. So yes, if you're new here, do not forget to introduce yourselves. I'd like to know you. I want to know you and I want to meet you. Where are you tuning in from? And if you're seeing me for the very first time, let me also go ahead and introduce myself while you introduce yourself as well. So guys, my name is Miriam. I'm based here in California. I'm a wife, a mom, a student, an entrepreneur, and I'm also a fashion designer. And on this channel, I share with you 3 videos every week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So yes, if you're looking for grants for your small businesses, grants for nonprofits, and what have you, I have always got you guys covered. So without further ado, let's just get right into today's business. How to build your self-confidence. Yes, how to build your self-confidence. So if you've always, battled with, if you've always struggled, with your self-confidence, today I want to encourage you that you are enough. Yes, you are enough for yourself. You don't need to alter anything about you before you should. You're supposed to have confidence in yourself. So today I want to come in in a different with a different perspective. So first thing I want to say to you is for the most part, looking good is good business. And when you look good and you feel good, you feel yourself, and there's nothing anybody will tell you. Like if anybody tells you you don't look good, deep down within that you truly, truly do good. So first thing I want to say is that you should groom yourself. Yes, groom yourself. What is it that you're not, doing that you used to do? You probably used to do at some point, but you stopped doing. So please, it's like an obvious. It sounds like something obvious. Like yes, you need to groom yourself, but guess what? It makes a whole lot of difference, when you take your shower and when you, or maybe shave yourself, that feeling of self-confidence, it helps to boost even your own self-image. And there are lots of days that, just taking a shower just boosts my mood, I tell you. So it makes a lot of difference. There was a time, when I think I just had my daughter and I was feeling some type of way, honestly. I guess what I did, I started to wear my makeup. I'll take my shower every day and wear my makeup and I will start my day, just so I start to feel or remind myself of myself once again. So sometimes you might need to just, groom yourself. You might need to just dress well. You might need to just look good for yourself. That would also help increase your self-confidence. I tell you, in case you're doubting, guess what? Try it. So yes, like I also said, dressing nicely is part of it as well. Yes, if you dress nicely, you will definitely feel good about yourself and you will feel successful. Have you noticed how on wedding days, right? This is an obvious example. This is something everybody can relate. On your wedding day, you feel good, you feel great, you feel celebrated, and that's because you're wearing the best of your so it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel even presentable and even ready to tackle the world. So please, dressing nicely means, something different for everyone. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go, get a Givenchy or Gucci or whatever. By the way, I'm a fashion designer. So you can head over to my website, chanceseverything.com. We make custom outfits and we make classy and beautiful outfits for women, pretty much. So yes, I would tell you, dress nicely. Yes. Another thing I want to let you know is positive thinking. You might not realize how much of a big deal it is, when you say positive things to yourself. Last week I was talking about having words of affirmation, and how deep these things go, how much they go in helping to shape our self-confidence, speaking positively about yourself. One of the things I learned, was that I need to replace negative thoughts with good ones, with positive ones. So whenever you have that negative feeling, whenever that negative feeling comes, honestly, if you have to do it consciously, go ahead and do it. Replace those negative talk with positive. I'll give you an example. Maybe you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, "Oh, I feel ugly today." Sweetie, don't say it. Don't even go ahead and say it. Just replace it. Just say, "I feel beautiful today. I feel gorgeous today. I feel as in I am the best of the best of the best." So replace negative self-talk with positive ones. Like I said last week, the more you hear something, the more you believe it. And that's why you have to be very careful with the people that you hang around with. If you hang around people who complain all the time, you will end up in the next person, the fifth person, the sixth person. If you hang around five people that complain a lot all the time, like every single time, you are likely going to be someone that complains as well. So you might want to just excuse yourself from people who love to complain, who literally have a problem for every solution. I saw a post yesterday about a lady. She made a phone call. She was calling a friend of hers, and the lady started from complaints. She complained and complained and complained and complained that the lady even had to end the call. She's like, "Oh, how is your new job? Oh, I've lost that job. How is your mom? Oh, I don't talk to her anymore. How is your sister? Oh, we're not in good terms." Everything is just negative, negative, negative. She's a negative Nancy. She's a downer. Everything that she has to say is just, "Oh, how is your husband? Oh, I've broken up with him. Oh, they don't talk to me anymore." Everything about her is just so you have to be very careful, be mindful with such people. There are some people who love to wallow in self-pity. You need to be very careful, and know when to draw the line, know when to leave that vicinity, because you are who you attract. I mean, the more you absorb these negative things, the more it becomes something that you believe. It becomes a part of you subconsciously. So you have to be very careful with the kind of people that you surround yourself with. If people are always complaining around you, sweetie, it's time to leave that room. It's time to take that exit. You're not conjoined together. You're not Siamese twins. You can always choose your circle, and choose your circle wisely. If you're always in the midst of people who don't uplift you, people who are always making you feel, how do I put it, depressed every single time, I think it's time to change that circle. It's time to change your circle of friends, because honestly, the last thing you want in 2025 is to be with people who are constantly bitter about life. And there's something I've always believed in. I always see a solution in every problem. Whenever anything presented, I see a solution. I see a way out. It might be thinking, "Oh, what do you mean? How does that translate to, see?" The truth of the matter is, and I'm saying, I don't know what you are going through right now as you're watching this. You might have been laid off from work, and I want you to always see the positive side of everything. Maybe God is helping you, is safeguarding you from something terrible that could happen in future. So always see the positive side of everything. No matter how much you're earning, you can always earn it a lot better. Your life is not bounded by just that particular job or that work that you're doing. So I always want you to see the positive side of everything. So no matter what happens, always tell yourself that it's for the best, or the best is yet to come. Don't ever see any opportunity as, "Oh, I will never get this kind of opportunity again in your life." I mean, so always discard such thoughts. Always have a positive outlook, no matter what is going on in your life at every time. Always think positively. Always hope for the best, because honestly, life is for the living. And you need to invest your time and your energy in positive talk, positive self-talk, positive, things, so you have to be also mindful of the kind of people that you surround yourself with. The next thing I want you to do is to kill negative thoughts right from there. Negative thoughts, we as human beings, we battle, like, I mean, I heard about 70,000 negative talk every day, So trust me, it is very, very important that you identify this and kill it immediately the evil thoughts appears. You need to learn to be aware of your own self-talk? What are the things that you literally tell yourself every day? What are the things that you remind yourself, or what are the things that you actually pour into yourself? So whatever you tell yourself is truly what it is. So it starts from within, it starts from you. So the more you tell yourself positive things every single day, the better your self-confidence becomes. And you need to also recognize this pattern. You need to recognize it. And there are a lot of people who have actually driven themselves to depression as a result of this. They are constantly saying bad things about themselves. They're constantly saying how things are working out for others and never working out for themselves. And they wallow in self-pity, and they wallow in and it's all over their faces. And this is something that you consciously have to do. I know a number of people that I tell them, like, verbally, that, hey, can you please put a smile on your face? Can you please, you need to be conscious of these things. Honestly, negative self-talk doesn't do you any good. You need to kill it from the very second it comes, the thought comes to you. You need to crush that negative self-talk. You are actually more than enough. You are okay. You are enough, actually. So you need to know yourself, and guess what? You will win all battles. I don't know if you've heard that quote. It's by Sun Tzu. He said, know yourself and you will win all battles. It means identify anything that is not serving you, whether friends, whether energies around you. You need to get to, understand them very well, so that they will never get to you. And the next thing I want to say here is to get to know yourself. You need to get to know yourself. A lot of people don't even know themselves. A lot of people have not even studied themselves well enough to know that, okay, these are the things that you want, these are the things that you do know. Some people don't even know what they want. Some people, as at today's date, they don't have goals. They don't have personal goals. Their goals, depend on what the next person is doing or what the next person is saying. They don't even know what they want for themselves. So you need to get to know yourself. Yes. See, when you're going into battle, the wisest thing you want to do is to know your enemy very well. But first, you have to know yourself before you can defeat your enemy. So you need to, if you're trying to also overcome negative self-image, you need to replace it. Yes, replace it with self-confidence, because your own enemy is yourself if you're not careful. A lot of us, our worst enemy is we ourselves. Some people criticize themselves way too much. Some people are way too hard on themselves. Some people don't even celebrate, small wins. They don't celebrate big wins, let alone small wins. You may have to get a journal and start writing out your thoughts. Start listening to your thoughts. What do you think about yourself? What are you thinking about right now? What's, are you hoping to do? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are your plans? You might need to start writing out these things and start to analyze, whether you have negative thoughts against yourself, and ask yourself why. It could stem from the experience that you had, as a child. And that's something I covered last week. It might be as a result of what somebody told you countless times when you were growing up. Maybe somebody kept saying you're stupid, you are dumb, and nothing good comes out of your mouth, and then you have to start to rebuke those words and replace them with positive self-talk. Just do the opposite, do a total opposite of the nonsense you've heard about yourself in times past, and start to believe in them. Start thinking about your own limitations, whether they are real limitations or they are just the ones that you personally have allowed, to be placed in your heart. So if it's something that people actually projected on you, you need to, that's why I said, understand yourself, learn about yourself. When people start to pour in negative self-talk, a lot of times they are just projecting. They are projecting. I need to quickly note, you need to note the difference and know when to stop it right there, and please dig deep, dig within yourself. Dig deep within yourself, and you will eventually, come out with greater self-confidence. Dig deep and ask yourself, why do I think this? There are lots of times that people with beautiful features, beautiful physical features, they've always told themselves, no, I think I'm the worst in this, I'm the worst in that. And somehow, maybe somehow somebody just told them, do you know you have the best X or the best Y? And for the first time in their lives, they start to see the positive. They start to see themselves in a different light. And that's one thing I want you to realize. Replace those negative talk, replace them with positive self-talk. Stop talking yourself into negativity. Stop believing the negative things that people have said to you. Stop absorbing those negativity, because you are more than enough, because you are actually enough. Now, the next thing I want to say is this: act positive. Yes, you need to act positive. So beyond just saying, replacing negative self-talk with positive ones, I need you to act positively. Yes. Treat yourself with a lot of respect, treat yourself with a lot of dignity. It's more than just thinking positively. You have to put it into action. Yes, you need to respect yourself, carry yourself with a lot of demure, with a lot of respect, with a lot of courtesy, because the way you present yourself is the same way that people would take you. So whatever name you call yourself is what everybody will call you. So if maybe you started a class and maybe you enrolled for a course or something, and when it's time to introduce yourself, if you call yourself, if you say, "Hello everyone, my name is Stupid," that's your name from that day henceforth. So you need to be mindful of what you're putting out in the universe, of what you're saying about yourself. So you need to constantly say positive things about yourself and then act positively. When you start acting on it, you begin to change. Yes, you change yourself one action at a time. Act in a positive way. Take action instead of saying it can't be done. Yes, instead of saying you cannot, just stay positive. There's some people that have absorbed negativity to the point where even when things are working out, they still don't see it. Talk to people in a positive way and put your energy into actions. And guess what? You will start to notice a difference. Also be kind and be generous as well. There's a song I used to sing when I was little. I learned the song when I was little. They said, "A way to be happy is to make others happy." So when you make others happy, trust me, it makes you happy as well. So when you are kind to people, when you're generous with yourself, with your time and with what you have, create time for yourself as well. Guess what? It's gonna improve your self-image. There are times, I think I've shared this on my channel so many times, when I was in the university and when I'm going for lectures, sometimes at the time, of course, you have roommates. I'm going for lectures and I ask my neighbor, my roommates, "How do I look?" If she says, "Oh, you look good," I'm going to change my clothes. Like, I'm that crazy. I will go and change my clothes. Why should you say I want to look different? I want to, So at the time, I'm that confident. So you need to invest a lot of positive self-talk to yourself, such that even when somebody is telling you nonsense about you, you don't believe them. You just tell them simply, "Hey, you're projecting," and that's your cup of tea. So one important key to success is self-confidence. Yes. And a key to self-confidence is what? Is preparation. You need to be prepared. You need to, yes. It's hard to be confident in yourself if you don't think that you will do well at something. Maybe you're going for an exam and you don't prepare, for the exam. You won't even have the confidence, to excel in that regard. So beat yourself, beat that feeling by preparing yourself as much as possible. You won't have much confidence in your abilities if you don't, excel in whatever it is that you set your mind to. But if you've, tried your best, you prepared way so hard, guess what? Your confidence level will just fly up. I tell you. Now, the next thing I want you to understand is to know your principles. What are the things that you actually stand for? And that's why when I see certain things these days, and I see how people just tilt this way or tilt that way when certain things happen, I'm like, don't you have your own core values? Don't you have principles that your own life is built on, such that even when no one agrees with you, you know that I'm convinced this is the right thing to do, and then you follow through. So you need to actually you need to know your principles and live by them. I try to live in accordance, I live my life in accordance with my principles, with the things that I believe in. So think about your own principles. I mean, what do you have that have you given it so much thoughts, or is this something that you truly believe in? And what you don't truly believe in, are you someone that is easily swayed, like, oh, anything goes? You can't live your life like that. You're going to make a lot of mistakes and you're going to regret it in life. You need to take a stand. Yes, you need to take a stand on what you stand for, what you believe in, what you strongly believe. What are your principles, your life principles? You really need to take a stand and stick to it, whether everything is falling apart or not. This is something that you believe in, and this is something that you uphold in high esteem. That you need to actually put it in writing. You need to get clear on your own principles. Thank you, Peachy. Thank you so much. So yes, you need to know your principles and you need to live by them. Yes. And you also need to act on them. Yes, you need to act on them. And this is just an example, maybe not necessarily in every aspect of it. So you're either a Democrat or a Republican. Yes, you can be in between. However, you know the things that you stand for, and whenever they cross the line, okay, as for this one, no, I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? For those of you that get it, those that get it, and those that don't. So you need to also understand exactly what you stand for. Now, I also want you to stand tall. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for joining today. I also need you to stand tall. Stand tall, chest out, and these are things that actually help to increase your self-confidence. I mean, I decided to speak more on self-confidence this week because I saw how receptive people were last week. So you need to stand tall, and you need to look the part to yourself. If you're maybe walking into a meeting or a room of people filled with people, you need to stand. Don't slouch. Slouching can be a sign of lack of self-confidence. Don't slouch and act like, or go and be on your phone. Raise your head up high. If you have to say hi to everyone, just greet everyone. Hi, good morning. I went for an oath taking ceremony. Well, for those of you who are not aware, no, I haven't announced yet, so don't let me announce on this platform. Okay, so I went for a ceremony recently, and I was going to get in the line, and everyone was looking at me. There was a queue, which is a line. We call it line here in US. So I was approaching them, and they were all looking at me, like all eyes were on me. And as always, I'm used to this, right? And I said, good morning. It was very early in the morning, like 6 a.m. And I said, good morning, everyone. They all chorus, good morning back. And that just changed the atmosphere. So I know some people will just slouch because of all the eyes on them. You don't have to. And this is something I always say: what you are afraid of is afraid of you. The people, the crowd that you think that you are afraid of, they're equally afraid of, because they don't know what you are up to. So yes, you also need to increase your competence. I do. How you did join? Is that your name? Hey, it's a very serious something. I'm good. You also need to feel more competence. And how do you increase your competence? Is by probably learning new skills. Yes, by studying, by practicing. If you want to be more competent in anything at all, then you have to learn more. You have to spend more time doing that thing, and before you know it, you get better and better and better. Now, one thing you should also learn to do is to set goals for yourself. Set goals and ensure that you achieve those goals. I mean, a lot of people make the mistake of shooting for the moon. When they fail, they get discouraged. Instead, set small goals, and see if you're going to achieve them. And when you achieve those little goals, you start to feel good about yourself. You start to understand that, oh, okay, I can actually do this. I mean, it's like someone trying to lose weight and saying, okay, I'm going to commit to fasting. Fasting and maybe breaking at 12 p.m. That's okay. If you're able to break at, yes, so it's really Mother's Day, Gilly. Yes, so I mean, some of us have to actually commit to smaller goals, right? So when you tell yourself, I'm going to fast till 12, when you fast till 12 the first day, oh, okay, you're doing it. And then you can increase it to 3 p.m. You can say, okay, let me move it to 3 p.m. And then if you're able to do it till 3 p.m. next day, you're like, girl, you did it. And then you can now increase it to 6 p.m. And then you can now decide to do this water fast that they do like 48 hours, no, or 72 hours of water fast. That is, you drink only water for 3 days, nothing else for 3 whole days, no juice, nothing. That's how you do it. You set small goals and achieve them. The next thing I want to, bring to your attention is change a small habit. What is the habit that you've cultivated for a long time and you want to stop it? Or you want to initiate something new. You want to inculcate a new habit, maybe reading. Yes, for example, it could be reading. So if you cannot read a whole, because when I get into my reading mode, I can read a book in one day, a whole book. I can finish reading it in a day. Like, I'm not gonna leave it. I'm a fast reader, and I'm gonna tell you everything that happened in the book. So maybe you should start with one page first, a page a day, and then you can increase it to 2 pages a day. So that way you're setting a small goal and you're achieving it, and at the same time you're changing a small habit, the habit of not reading. Now you're a reader, now you read every day, right? Now you can do, even if it's just a page, you have changed it. You have done something small, but you've done something big in a small way. Yes, so that's one thing that you can also do for yourself. Another thing you can do is to focus on solutions. What are the problems? Like I said earlier, there's some people who have a problem for every solution. Write out all the things that you need to fix, all the things that need work, that need attention in your life or in your home, personally, or in your career, or for your kids, or in the home. What are those things that you want to that you really want to change, right? That you want to provide a solution for, things that they are problems, and you've been sitting on those problems for a very long time. So if you're someone that complains a lot, just focus on the solutions now. Focus on the solutions instead of problems. And this is one of the best things that you can do for yourself, for your self-confidence, and also for your career. So people will tell themselves, I am fat and lazy. There's something you can do about it. Even planting. Do you know that planting has been researched to be therapeutic? When you can move yourself, you can move your body, you can plant, you can move, then you can set bigger goals for yourself. Now, this is something that's, seems to, it's very glaring, but it can also boost your self-confidence. Smiling can boost your self-confidence. Yes. Smiling through everything. I tell you, one trait at a time. Just smile. I tell you. And when you smile, guess what? It works. It works. And for me, I feel instantly better whenever I smile. And when you smile, it also helps you to be kinder to other people. A tiny little thing can have a chain reaction, and smiling is not a bad investment of your time and energy. When you smile, you also, you people, it's contagious too. When you smile a lot, people tend to smile alongside with you. Now, do you know what I said earlier? For those of you that joined me in the beginning, I sang a song. I said, a way to be happy is to make others happy. You see, when you make people happy, when you make others happy, it also makes you happy. So, guess what you can do? You can also volunteer your time. Yes, you can be kind and generous. So you can volunteer your time. You can, volunteer at the local library, or you can volunteer at the local non-profit organization. Maybe, you can go distribute food and gifts to the homeless. Yes, it can be very positive, and it can be really very rewarding, when you give back to the community, when you give your time, to others. Now, one other thing you can do is to have a heart, cultivate a heart of gratitude. Yes, you have to cultivate a heart of gratitude. Always be grateful. Write down 10 things that you're grateful for right now. Right now, and at the end of every day, you can just think of 10 things to be grateful for every single day. before you sleep, before you close your eyes. Once you hit the bed, you ask yourself, what are you grateful for? I'm thankful for my shelter. I'm thankful for my parents, if you do have parents. I'm thankful for my spouse. If you have a spouse, I'm thankful for my education. I'm thankful for this job. I'm thankful for this business. I'm thankful. List 10 things that you are grateful for. And of course, exercise is also wonderful. Yes, exercise has been researched to increase dopamine, which is that high that people take drugs to get. You can actually achieve that high. It's a happiness hormone that you can get just by working out. When you work out, you get to the point where you're extremely happy. You're very happy, and it is natural. Your body will produce that. Guess what? Exercise, exercise, exercise. Even if it's just taking a walk, you're gonna see the benefits. But guess what? Go ahead and start the habits today. And also empower yourself with knowledge. Yes, empower yourself with knowledge. Keep on learning. I woke up first thing this morning and I took a couple of classes. I did certain things, and I know for sure, okay, I've achieved a lot of things even before going to church. And even before I came live right now, I dashed into the bookstore. I went to Barnes and Nobles to pick up some books that I've been putting off. I'm like, I need to buy these books, so I'm so happy I was able to get those books today, and now I can start to work. I can start to read them. And then I still have a whole lot to share with you, but let me just round it up, guys. I want you guys to also do something that you have been procrastinating on. I'm talking to myself too. Yes, what is on your to-do list that has been sitting down there? Yes, do it first thing in the morning and get it out of the way. Guess what? You are going to feel great about yourself. Also, get active. Get active. They say the idle man is the devil's workshop. So get active, get something doing. Create a goal, a list of things that you want to accomplish, and then get them done. Doing something is almost always better than not doing anything. And of course, if you are if you have so much time in your hands and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't see, man, I have a lot of things I need help with. Honestly. And then work on small things too. Sometimes when you try to take on a huge project or a huge task, it can get overwhelming for you. So learn to take breaks off those small chunks and work in bursts. Yes, so you can break down those big goals into smaller goals and then get them done. Next thing I want you guys to do is to do what? Clear your desk. Clear your desk. Like, get all the work around you done. Start from one small portion. And that's something I tell my kids when I ask them to clean the kitchen countertops. I tell them to start with the smaller countertops, finish with the first countertop. When you're done, then you can move to them, because if you try to do all of them at the same time, everywhere is still messy at the same time, even after spending time trying to clean everything at the same time. So guys, we have come to the end of today's episode. I really wish I could go on, and I hope this has been a blessing to you. Do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to share this video with your friends. And also do well to check out my previous videos. And that is about it. And in case no one has told you today, I want to be the first to tell you that you are amazing, and I am so proud of you. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Do not forget, if there's any topic you want me to discuss on my channel, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to talk about them just for you guys. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Take care and bye for now. I love you. Mwah.